Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 19 Liverpool career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for the love and support on the channel. And as always, at the start of these episodes, we are going to recap on the previous. If you haven't watched it, definitely go and give it a watch. We obviously played our first game in the Champions League against PSG, and we also faced off against Spurs in the Premier League. Now, going back to that first game in the previous episode, of course, coming up against Spurs, not an easy team. They've got decent forwards. They've got Kane, Eriksen, Dele Alli, and I was thinking, do you know what? We're struggling a little bit at the back. But to my shock, we beat them 3-0. Now, the reason it was a shock is, first of all, we put 3 past Spurs' defence and Hugo Lloris, who was not an easy keeper to beat. And of course, we kept our second clean sheet of the Premier League. Now, obviously, we faced off against Crystal Palace and it ended 0-0. That was our very first clean sheet. But then we've struggled since then and we've let silly goals in. But finally, a big game against Spurs and we managed to keep a clean sheet. So I was over the moon with that. And of course, jumping into the second game of the previous episode, we faced off against the French Giants. Of course, PSG were our first game. We were at Anfield for the first game in the Champions League. And I was thinking, do you know what? The likes of Cavani, Mbappe, Neymar, we are going to struggle defending here. We're struggling a little bit in previous games, like against Leicester and Brighton. But you know what, guys? We turned up. We managed to go on and get a huge victory. We beat them 2-1. That was absolutely insane. Unfortunately, at the very end, coming to the end of the game, we let up a silly little goal that we should have easily dealt with, but unfortunately we didn't. But that was the previous episode. Getting into today's episode, guys, it is a huge one. We are playing 2 games today and we're at Anfield for both of them. Of course, facing off against Southampton in the Premier League for the first game in today's episode. And then we are playing our first game in the Carabao Cup where we face off against Manchester City. Super excited for those 2 games. As you can see down here, we are currently, we finished the previous episode, still top of the Premier League. We've played 5. We've got 13 points with 2 points clear. I'm not going to get too excited just yet because it's still early days. Anything can happen. You can see there's no Man United. There's no Manchester City. They are surely going to start moving up. You've got the likes of Huddersfield and Wolves and Everton up there that you wouldn't normally see in the top 6. But it's the start of the Premier League and a lot can happen. But jumping into the game against Southampton, obviously putting out a little bit of a different team because obviously we're facing off against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup for the second game in today's episode. So I've gone with Ryan Sessegnon to have his very starting debut at that left wing. Daniel Sturridge at striker, Salah at right wing, Lallana and Milner at central midfield, Fabinho at central defensive midfield, Tierney, Matip, Gomez and Trent at the back with Alisson in goal. Now I'm super excited to see how Ryan Sessegnon gets on. This is his first start for Liverpool. We've obviously got Sturridge coming in at striker. That's his first start. Lallana and Milner were absolutely incredible against the likes of PSG. And also, I do believe it was Brighton. They played absolutely unbelievable, so I've brought them 2 in. Fabinho scored an absolutely incredible goal in the previous episode on the volley. So these are players that are now pushing through to get in the team. But obviously, it's also the fact I don't want to not play these players. I've got to make sure I'm rotating the team, especially when we have a big game coming up next against Manchester City. Southampton are a much easier game. I'm not saying they're not a difficult team. We have to make sure that we're rotating, keeping the players fresh, making sure we don't get any injuries. But without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and get into this game. We're facing off against Southampton at Anfield, and let's just hope we can bag another 3 points. Let's go Liverpool, back at Anfield to face off against Southampton. Unfortunately, guys, if you have watched the previous episode, sadly, I got copyrighted when it came to the Champions League music, so I actually had to remove it. I removed the music, but I left the actual clip in from the Champions League. But then they done me on visual copyright, so it was audio and then it was visual. So they done me both ways. So unfortunately, I had to cut that out. But I'm sure a lot of you play FIFA anyway. You've seen the little Champions League intro. As you can see, their top scoring teams 13. We've got Wolves have got 12. There's certainly teams in that top 5 you certainly don't expect to be up there. But I'm looking forward to play with this team. It's a completely overhaul, complete change of the team. We've got Sturridge starting up top. I'm looking forward to see how we get on. But let's get into this first 45-minute period and see if we can put any goals in the back of the net. Salah going straight up, looking for Sturridge. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest of balls. Ball through to Lallana. Going to put that round the corner to Sessegnon. Sessegnon to cut back. Nice little dink in. Now looking for Salah. He's going to be offside anyway. Not a bad little run there. And we've actually been given a corner. Let's look for Matip. I think he is the main man to look for. Matip running in. Matip's there. Matip! And it's in. Happy days. 13 minutes in. Joel Matip rises above his defender. And happy days. Joel Matip getting his first Liverpool goal. Milner with a beautiful weighted cross into the box. Matip jumps and beats his keeper at the far post. To Salah playing into Sturridge. I'm going to go back over to Salah if I can. Beautiful ball from Sturridge. Got Ryan Sessegnon coming in. Ball coming in. Ryan Sessegnon. Unfortunately, Cedric Suarez puts it out for a Liverpool throw-in. Ball's fired away. Lallana picks it down. Ryan Sessegnon going to hit this on the edge of the box. Ryan Sessegnon, and he's hit the post. What an incredible strike from the young Liverpool man. Here's Salah, waiting for Trent to get the overlap. Trent coming in, going to put this driller into the back, looking for Sessegnon once again. Ryan Sessegnon, tell you what, he's on the end of everything today. If he's not cutting in, cutting back, he's getting his head on the ball. Playing it into the middle, let's lay this off to Fabinho, who's going to take a touch and strike. Fabinho, oh! Just wide, I tell you what, that man can't half strike the ball, whether it's a volley, whether it's a low-driven strike. Look at that. Whacks it across goal. That's on target in the back of the net. And there we go, referee blows for half-time. We're going in at Anfield, guys. We're only 1-0 up at half-time, but you know what? I'm feeling comfortable on the ball. I'm feeling confident. I don't feel like we've struggled at the back. Okay, we've only scored from a set piece. Obviously, Milner putting the ball into Matip. But I'm going to jump back in with exactly the same team. I feel like we're playing strong. Sturridge hasn't done too much yet. Ryan Sessegnon for me is man of the match, if not Matip for scoring the goal. But let's get into the second half. And if we continue, I'm sure this can be 2, possibly even 3-0 by the 90-minute whistle. Nice bit of pressure. Here we go. Salah laying it off straight to Fabinho. I'm going to go round the corner there, looking for a beautiful run from Salah. Salah's going to be in behind. I'm hoping Ryan Sessegnon's going to get in there. Sturridge is getting in there. Ball coming in. Ryan Sessegnon's there. And unfortunately, once again, Sessegnon puts it wide. He's on everything, guys. Absolutely everything. There he is again with his head. Unfortunately, his head was shaped like a 50p. It hit a corner and went off target. Play it back into the middle. Nicely done. Lay that straight off to Fabinho. I'm going to hit this with Fabinho. Oh, big strike. Big save from McCarthy. Put the ball out. Nicely done. I'm going to put this ball out so we can get our subs on. There we go. Kieran Tierney puts the ball out. It means our brand new subs can, of course, come on. I've got Daniel Sturridge going off. Milner going off. Lallana going off. Keaton and Henderson coming on in the midfield with, of course, a debut start for Angel Correa up top for Daniel Sturridge. Let's close this down, lads. Come on, close it down. This is risky. Good block there from Joe Gomez. Try and get this ball out. Ball comes in. Get rid of it. Mina puts it onto the crossbar and just over. Let's win that. Nice little flick on. Go around the corner straight away to Salah. Salah's in behind once again. I've got Naby Keita in the middle. I've got Ryan Sessegnon back post. Keita's there. Naby Keita. Good goal. Good goal, son. Very happy with that goal. Naby Keita, he's been on the pitch for maybe 4 or 5 minutes. He obviously scored in pre-season. He gave us the 1-0 lead in pre-season. And I've been waiting for him to score that Premier League goal. And finally, beautiful header from Naby. He scores his first Premier League goal. Well done, Naby Keita. Hopefully more to come from him and plenty of assists this season. Ball straight out there, going around the corner to Fabinho. And unfortunately, I was going to have a break with Angel Correa, but the referee has blown for full time. We've played at Anfield against Southampton, and once again we have bagged the 3 points. Very happy with that result. We obviously played a little bit of an A/B team. We had some of the main starters in there, some of the benched and reserved players, but we played absolutely incredible. Not once did I feel like Southampton were attacking us to the point where I was thinking we need to start controlling this game. You can see from the stats, although they had possession, they didn't have the shots, they didn't have the shots on target, and of course we go on to win the game 2-0. Very happy with that result indeed. And here we are, guys, back at the Central, ready to face off at Anfield against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup. Super excited for this game. As you can see, I've tried to put out one of the strongest squads I possibly can. I've gone with Sadio Mane at left wing, Roberto Firmino at striker, Salah at right wing, Gini Wijnaldum linking up in that midfield role with Milner, Fabinho at that CDM role, Robertson, Van Dijk, Jimenez and Alves at the back, with of course Alisson in goal. Now it's so difficult to pick those 3 midfielders. Obviously Gini Wijnaldum's been absolutely incredible, Milner's doing well, Naby Keita's just scored, Ox is scoring, Lallana's scoring, got Henderson. There's so many decent midfielders. Obviously also Trent is coming out from the right back. Alves is in. Unfortunately Trent is not fully fit, and I want to make sure we've got a fully fit team to face off against the Manchester champions, of course winning the Premier League last year. But let's go ahead and get into this game. I also just quickly want to mention that I did get an email for an international job. Now for this season, guys, I'm actually not going to take over an international team. Maybe for season 2, if it's something you guys want to see, then we can look at it. But for this season and this season alone, we're going to focus solely on Liverpool. Maybe we can have a look at changing that up next year if that's a thing you guys want to see, but you'll have to let me know down below in the comment section. But let's go ahead and get into this game. Of course, Liverpool versus City is always going to be a big clash. I did just do a vlog as well the other day where I actually went to the Liverpool game at Anfield where we faced off against City in the Premier League. If you guys want to go and see that, definitely do. It was a decent video, absolutely incredible atmosphere as well, of course, from Anfield. But let's get into this first game. I'll say first game, it is our technically first game of the Carabao Cup. Liverpool versus City. This is always a huge game, whether it's in a cup, whether it's in the Premier League. It's always a huge game when these two teams battle it out against each other. David Silva there, the captain. Is Nabil Fekir going to be playing? Is he going to be starting for City? I am intrigued. Obviously, they bought him for 52.5 million. This is going to be an unbelievable game. I really think this is going to be end-to-end stuff. I don't think there's going to be time for even for a split second to stop and take a breather. Sane's in the starting 11. Aguero, Sterling. There's a few decent players in there. Of course, City, I've got the money to buy anyone they want, really. But let's go ahead and get into this first half. Of course, in the Carabao Cup, and hopefully we can progress through to the next round. Salah looking down the line. Oh, it's not good enough from Salah. Ball's come through. Sane's there. We've got to be careful of this ball coming in. Ball comes in. Fabinho to get it out. And unfortunately, the one man we didn't want to score, Raheem Sterling, the ex-Liverpool man, has scored after just 8 minutes. Oh, that's not the player we wanted to see scoring. Runs over to Pep as well. What a joke. What a joke. I just don't understand. Fabinho just didn't deal with that well at all. His header was not good enough. And of course we find ourselves 1-0 down in the Carabao Cup.
Well, he gets the credit.
Look at this, Sane cuts back. We should have dealt with it there really. Ball comes in, Fabinho's head down. Aguero tips it off to Sterling. Back of the net. We've got to do better than that, lads. We've got to dig deep now and find a goal before we go in at half time. Close him down, nicely done Fabinho to push forwards. Nicely done, got a lovely run there from Sadio Mane. What a beautiful ball through. What a ball from Fabinho, and pushing forwards. Sadio Mane to hit it, and it's in the back of the net. What an incredible break. Fabinho takes the ball off Aguero in our own half. Plays the ball, couple of touches, ball straight through the middle. Sadio Mane pushes forwards, and to be honest, I thought it was going to take a deflection. But what an absolute incredible goal. Sadio Mane. It does take a slight deflection actually off John Stones. Beats Edison and ends up in the back of the net. Come on lads, we're back in this. Basically reset, back to 0-0 as such. And let's go again, Redmen. Let's try and get a foot in here. Come on, Fabinho. I need one of those interceptions once again. Fabinho picks one up. Nicely done. Laid it straight off to Gini. I'm going straight through to Sadio Mane, who's through once again. Sadio Mane, he's took a big touch. No! Shouldn't have took that big touch with Sadio Mane. He was through on goal there. That could have been 2-1. Nice interception there from Milner. Looking over to Roberto Firmino. Going over the top looking for Mane. It's a beautiful pass to try and cut this back. Cut it back. Nice ball in now. Roberto Firmino. Salah's there. It's just wide. Nice ball in there to play it through. Here goes Gini Wijnaldum. I've got Roberto Firmino through the middle. Roberto Firmino, come on son! Yes! Roberto Firmino puts us up right before half time. What a goal, what a ball. We are absolutely on fire right now, guys. I really don't know what to say. The teams were beating Spurs, PSG, City. We're absolutely unstoppable. We just battered Southampton. And now we've come into the second game of today's episode. We did struggle a little bit at the start, but now we're 2-1 up, and what a goal from Roberto Firmino. Postage stamp in that top corner. And half-time is surely seconds away. And there we go, within seconds the referee blows for half-time. I thought we could be going in 1-0 down, but we're actually going in at half-time with a 2-1 lead. Raheem Sterling, of course, the man we didn't want to score. He did score very early on, I think just after 8 minutes. It was a defensive error from us. Fabinho headed it out. Come down to Aguero, who tipped it across to Sterling and in the back of the net after 9 minutes. But we have fought, we have dug deep, and Mane and Firmino have put us back in this game and get the win. I'm going to jump back into the second half with exactly the same squad. We're playing unbelievable, especially the last 20-30 minutes. Let's just hope we can keep that up in the next 45. And there we go, it gives us a chance to get our fresh legs on. 3 substitutes coming on, 3 substitutes going off. Shaqiri for Salah, Keita for Milner, and of course Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain for Gini Wijnaldum. Roberto Firmino to dance his man, he does well. Let's put this ball in. Shaqiri's there, comes out, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to hit it, and it's just wide. Took it on his weak foot. I should have possibly brought that onto his right foot. Nicely done. Here we go. Let's play this from the back. Chamberlain looking over that far side. Over to Dani Alves. Dani Alves bursting forwards. Nice little run there. Nicely done. Firmino cutting back onto his right foot. Takes a strike, and unfortunately Edison puts it out for a corner. Ball into the middle. Oh, De Bruyne. Nice little ball through to Fernandinho. Ball coming into the middle. We've got to get rid of that, and unfortunately Fernandinho with an absolutely incredible strike. We didn't mark the man, and he volleys it past Alisson. 79 minutes in, and the goal, or the scoreline should I say, is 2-2. We've got to dig deep once again here, lads. De Bruyne played every part and that ball in. Silva little dink in. Nobody's marking Fernandinho, who puts his laces through it, and well deserved. It was a well played little bit of football there. Come on, lads, we've got to dig deep here. Let's dig. Let's play this ball through. Here goes Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain playing it out wide to Mane. Let's push forward to Mane. Let's try and dance his man. Nice little ball in now. Looking for Naby Keita back post. Let's put this ball back in. Come on, someone get there. Good strike from Shaqiri, and unfortunately just over the bar. Shaqiri is the man for me to look to if he gets a little bit of space in the box. More than 9 out of 10 times, it's ending up in the back of the net. Play it into the middle, no pressure, and that's a terrible ball. We've left Jesus in. Well intercepted. Let's go, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I've got Naby Keita in the middle. Let's push forward here. I've got Shaqiri making a lovely run. Shaqiri's in. I'm going to have to hit this with Shaqiri. Big save from Ederson. I had to hit that. The men were crowding around him. He had 2 or 3 men on him. Let's roll this ball out. Let's try and get a counter-attack going straight away. Let's go over that far side, looking for Shaqiri, who could be in behind here. Shaqiri could be in behind. Come on, Shaqiri. Come on, son. Hit it, Shaqiri. Referee, that's got to be a penalty. And in the 91st minute, John Stones makes an absolutely erratic tackle on Shaqiri. I said Shaqiri was going to be the man to do anything in this second half. And Stones has took out Shaqiri. He doesn't get the ball, catches the player as Shaqiri was coming in. And we find ourselves at the spot with Fabinho. I'm not really sure if Fabinho is the man to take it. I think I'm actually going to take it with Roberto Firmino. If Milner was on the pitch, he would be our spot taker. But Firmino deserves it. Let's go down this right side. Firmino to slot it home. Firmino puts us 3-2 up in the 91st minute. Well done, Roberto Firmino. I would have had Milner on that one. He beat Ederson. Ederson goes the wrong way. And of course, Roberto Firmino puts his laces through it into that right side of the goal. Beautiful goal indeed from Roberto Firmino. Happy days. His second goal in the Carabao Cup. And surely that means now we are going to go on to knock Manchester City out of the Carabao Cup. It's been an absolutely incredible 90 minutes. It's been end-to-end stuff. And there we go. The referee blows for full time at Anfield. And we've knocked Manchester City out of the Carabao Cup. Of course, just last week or the week before, Chelsea actually knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. But we faced off against City. We're shaking hands there with Pep, who's not going to be too impressed with his players at all. I feel like we pretty much dominated that game. Roberto Firmino, 4 attempts, 2 goals, handshakes there with Walker. Absolutely incredible, and we progress through to the next stage of the Carabao Cup. And here we are, guys, back at the Central. Of course, just in 3 days' time, we are facing off against Chelsea in the Premier League. As you can see from the squad, we are very tired, very fatigued. I'm going to have to change the whole team up to face off against Chelsea. But you know what? I want to win as much silverware as I can. I could have played an easier team against City and just, you know, look to get the 3 points in the Premier League, of course, against Southampton and, of course, against Chelsea in the next episode. But I thought, you know what, I want to win as many games as I can. I want to win as much silverware as I can. So we're going to have to change that team up a lot. Without a doubt, Roberto Firmino somehow will go from having less than half his stamina to full stamina because the man is just an absolute tank. But of course, we are facing off against Chelsea in the first game of the Premier League in the next episode. And then we have got our second game in the Champions League against Napoli. Of course, we are ending today's episode as well. Still top of the Premier League. 6 played, 16 points. Absolutely incredible start from this Liverpool team. I also just want to quickly let you guys know that in the next probably 7 to 10 days, the next week, week and a half, I will be releasing a brand new FIFA 19 series. So if you guys are excited for that, let me know down below in the comment section. And I'm also probably going to start another career mode in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I will be releasing a trailer on that where you guys can vote what team we take over. Of course, I'm still going to be doing the Liverpool career mode. I'll just be running these other 2 series alongside. I'm also just picked up yesterday Black Ops 4. I'm probably going to be releasing a video or 2 on that if that's something you guys are interested. But that is going to do it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been Massive Brad. Peace out.